Hello, and welcome back to Rain World. You will have to excuse the lack of energy today, because I've been at this for quite a while. I've been doing some practice, because now that I'm not too concerned about spoilers or whatever anymore, I was looking into, like, movement, tech, and things like that, and there's a whole... there's the wiki, and there's also, like, a whole document, Google document, with examples and detailing, like, everything that you can do, and, yeah, here it is. I've been looking through it. I was trying to do this thing, but, like, seriously, this might be some kind of, like, task macro things going on, because holy shit, that is insane. But yeah, just tons of other stuff. I've been looking through most of this, but much of it is just kind of unreasonable, I feel. Like, we're talking multiple frame perfect inputs in a row for a minor gain. So, I don't know, like, how useful most of this is. It's just kind of there to what is it called? Like, portray everything, to just show off. This is what you can do, not necessarily this is what you should do. So, if you have any moves that you think I'm not, like, making full use of that would be actually useful in realistic situations, let me know. But I have been trying a couple things, and there's a few things I want to go through, so this is probably the rest of the episode, just heads up. That's how it tends to go. We might, if we have some time, do a little bit of fun in the sandbox. Just someone, like, suggested a thing we can try and do, just for fun. But let's get into some of these moves, because some of these things actually have really clarified a lot of the, like, weirdness that I've been experiencing. You know, a lot of the time I've done, like, weird jumps where I don't understand, like, how did I do that? What just happened? I just did, like, a front flip or whatever. And for the front flip thing, it's actually something called, like, turn storage, which you can definitely do accidentally, and I'm sure that's what I've been doing most of the time. Like, you know, if I turn around, I get a boost, like that. And if I jump, then we can turn hop. We know all of that stuff. I'm actually, like, surprised at the amount of stuff that I had already figured out. That's kind of nice, but there's so many more, like, variations and deeper things you can utilize all of these moves for. But we know that. But then also, if you then jump at the same time as you get a turn boost, you do a backflip. We figured that out as well. But if you turn boost and then crouch, I've now, like, stored that turn boost in the crouch. When I then get up again, okay, not that time, hold on. Like that, and then get up, nope. There we go. Get up, you can see I get, like, a speed boost. I actually get the, like, particles of dirt behind me, because I'm actually, like, utilizing a turn boost, like that. And those, like, white sweat droplets as well. And because I've stored it like this, that means I am now technically in a turn boost, so I can do the input for what would be a backflip, but will now be a front flip. So I can just do that, and just do a front flip whenever I want. So I think that's what's been happening a lot of the time. I do that, and then, wait, hold on. That, and then, nope, can't do it reliably. What? Hello? What's going on? There we go. Front flip. And there were, like, a bunch of other ones, like, you can do it from a slide, just like that. We've seen that plenty of times, and I've never known, like, why that was happening. That's only if you do a turn slide. If I just slide, like, if I'm facing this direction and slide, that's not gonna happen. Like that. But if I do a turn slide, well, that wasn't a turn slide. Never mind, that wasn't one either, but you get the point. Then you can do it. Not very, applicable, that's not very useful in and of itself, but it's just nice to, like, now understand that's what's been happening all along. Oh boy, there's probably gonna be a lot of cuts here, because I have to, like, collect my thoughts on, like, what did I even want to show and do? I learned a pretty crazy jump that might end up being useful here when we're trying to get into 5 pebbles, where if you have a spear in the ground... Oh, it's not a spear in the ground. Hold on. Like that. We can, like, not jump up from here all the way, but there's a trick where if you slide into it, and then jump as soon as you touch it, you can, like, sometimes get a bit of a boost, like that. You get a boost off the spear, so you actually leave it. Which is kind of hard to do, like that. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Like that. And then the thing is, for a couple frames after you do that, it still counts as you being, like, on the ground, so you can still perform a jump. So this, I'm gonna cut until I get it, but you can do stuff like this. There we go, finally, good lord. First try, I mean. That really is very inconsistent. Maybe I can learn to do that if I, like, practice a lot, but just in very specific situations, maybe that'll be useful, because yeah, it does give you more height than just jumping and anything else we might be able to do in that situation in outside 5 Pebbles at the top of the wall. Now, what else do we do? I mean, we know about this thing, the, like, extended slide, like that thing. That actually was not what I meant to show. That's something I've been practicing that I want to get good at, but it's super hard. But we know, like, if you slide and then throw something behind you during the slide, you kind of, like, extend the slide a bit. But I didn't realize how far you can extend it. It's actually kind of insane if you just keep holding right. So we do... Hold on. It's gonna take a bit. Nope. There we go. You can see, like, a massive slide. Not a jump. Yeah. There's just so many, like, inputs that are just insane. This game really is, like, too convoluted in terms of the movement. But there we go. That was kind of, like, cool. And not completely unusable in real situations. So, we'll see. Like, if you ever want to turn around from something that's, like, approaching you, turn around and throw something. And yeah, there we go. That was pretty clean. Might end up using that. Probably won't. Now, the main thing I wanted to show is if we're actually in combat here. Something that I didn't realize. We know about the whole, like, oh, if I slide spear, then it actually does more damage and stuns for longer. Like, oh, I do this. Well, okay, I mean, now I pinned him. That's not what I meant to do. Are you gonna get free? Okay, I just let him loose. Like that. Didn't work. So there's been this, like, inconsistency, I thought, with sometimes not getting these slide spears. Like there, I didn't get it. Ah, hold on. There, I didn't get it. That is not, like, jank or anything like that. That's just because apparently what determines whether you will, like, breach a lizard's head hitbox is not just, like, you sliding, it's specifically this. Not that. Well, that counts. That kind of shows it. That works. I want, like, a cleaner example. There you go. Didn't get it there. But essentially, all it is that the spear has to be traveling at a downward direction when it hits their head. And then it, like, bypasses it and counts as a headshot or, like, through the mouth or whatever. And does 1.5 times damage and stuns for longer. So you don't even need to, like, slide spear. You can, but you need to then make sure it hits at that, like, downward trajectory before the spear bounces on the floor and then, like, makes that sound. So, like, if you make this sound that I can't make now. What the hell? Why is it? Come on. That sound, it's already too late. It won't, like, pierce their skull after that. But you can just do it by simply crouching. Since, like, if I just throw a spear, it just has a normal trajectory. But if I then crouch and throw a spear, it, like, goes slightly further down. And because it's traveling downward, you can actually just, like, pierce their head. It's honestly a lot easier and, like, easier to show on just pink lizards. Because they get stunned for a lot longer. Like that. I mean, it's not quite what I wanted, but yeah, you can see he's stunned for like a very long time, and then it's just one more spear and he's dead. Never mind. I guess there's some variability. Why are you, like, dying? What's going on? There you go. That was a pretty clean one. Instant kill. What? How? Was he, like, still there from last attempt? That's strange. He was, like, still weak. There we go. That's also very clean. And then he's stunned for a long time, and he's, like, very weak at this point and gonna run. So, that's honestly, like, just a general good tip that you can make use of. Just, like, crouch before you throw spears if you're, like, anticipating throwing a spear at a lizard. Because then you might just bypass their armor. And it works on all the lizards as far as I can tell. So that is something that is actually useful and easy to do and reliable. And, yeah, just good shit. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to show. Well, I guess there's one fun thing. It's just that when you, like, crouch down and then go to the other side, you do this, like, little hop. It's called, like, a crawl hop, I think, or crawl turn, something. And apparently that can be used to initiate rolls if you, like, go off the ground enough. Hold on. There we go. And then you can jump out of that as well. It's a little inconsistent for me. There we go. Pretty cool. I don't think that's, like, really that useful compared to just doing one of these slides. Because the slides I'm relatively consistent at, so I feel like those are just more useful. But, yeah, I mean, if you ever need a roll, like, in a pinch, or, like, in a tight spot, I don't know why you would, but that is an option. I guess there's this one. I was practicing this for a bit, because, yeah, this would be incredibly nice to learn, but it's just so hard that I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to be consistent at it. It just takes so many, like, frame-perfect sequences. I mean, it might not be exactly frame-perfect, but there's, like, one that has to be, like, oh, 1 frame after you press this, you have to press the other thing. But I kind of did it earlier, where you do a normal slide, and then we throw behind us after that, so we get the, like, extended slide boost. And then after I throw it behind me, I have to let go of the back button, like, left button, jump, then immediately hold right, I believe. And yeah, it's just, that's, like, a lot for my brain to take in. I don't know, it's kind of hard. I've been practicing it a little bit, but can't really get it down. There we go. That's kind of it, but I wasn't holding right for as long, so it wasn't like, I need to hold right immediately after I jump, and I didn't do that. So, need practice on those. I mean, they would be nice to be able to do, but at the same time, they're a little too insane that maybe I'm not going to be able to do that consistently. But again, like, a lot of this is really just cool tech that doesn't do much, so if you know any other moves that are actually good to just practice, like the downward throw to pierce lizard skulls and stuff, let me know. But yeah, I guess that's that, I think. I can't really think of anything else to do, so I guess we'll clear this all out. Mouse, please. And I just want to see, someone recommended just adding one of these and one of these, because apparently they interact. Yeah. Kind of figured. Daddies don't need brothers. That's the lesson. And then, I guess, just to test this out, we already know that, like, hitting one of these right in the center with an explosive spear will kill them in one hit. I assume the same is true for brother Longleg. Oh. Did I... Huh? Did I remove it? Nice spin. Ah. That's not gonna work. It has to be, like, actually in the center. Oh, he's escaping. No? There we go. And that should be an instant kill. Yeah, that's, like, guaranteed if you can actually land that. And I guess it's a little more reasonable to actually have that happen on Brother Longlegs, because you get a lot of explosive spears in Garbage Waste, and they have fewer arms, I believe, and they don't, like, go towards you and react based on movement and sound and all of that stuff. So, kind of a useful trick, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know. Is that it? There was, like, a lot about swimming, but I haven't practiced that, and there's not really much to say about it. So, let me have a quick last look, otherwise we might just, like, leave it off here for a training montage. Oh yeah, there is this thing that is, like, a crazy thing you can do with climbing poles, like, really fast, but again, it's like, it just seems to be kind of a thing that you have to dedicate hours and hours learning to, like, speedrun the game if you want to actually make use of. It doesn't really seem like something you will do in a regular playthrough, because you have to, like, alternate, like, holding up tap, jump, tap right, tap, jump, tap left, tap, jump, tap right, and it has, like, a very specific rhythm to it. I've tried it a little bit, and I just can't really get it to happen very well, so yeah, other than just, like, the throwing down when facing lizards, I don't think I'm actually gonna make use of much of this, so we're not really gaining any benefit from any of this, but it's just kind of interesting to see what you can do in the game, and maybe some things I should practice a bit more to make things easier. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it off there. I switched arena just to test some stuff out, but I couldn't get it to work. Actually, one thing I wanted to show on this map was, I learned about, like, momentum carrying into poles. I mean, I kind of showed that a little bit with the spear thing, where you can, like, spear boost or pole boost off the spear and then backflip in the air to reach higher heights. But, like, if you're just trying to get up a pole like this is pretty slow. But instead, you can just maintain the momentum of a backflip when you go up. And then also add into that the regular, like, pole boost like this. So if you just do a backflip and then a pole boost, you actually, like, go up pretty damn fast. So that's definitely something that's reasonable and, like, well worth doing. Like that. That's way faster than you would normally climb. Like that. Pretty nice and very doable, reasonable to do. Like, I do think it's cool that there is so much depth to it, but at the same time, I feel like so many of these moves really shouldn't be frame perfect and, like, have so many crazy inputs to them. Like, it would be a little more fun if they were, like, easier to discover just as a casual player. Some of the things are, like, sliding isn't too hard to figure out, and, like, backflipping is pretty easy to figure out. And even, like, the turn boosting and bunny hopping to an extent, like, you can kind of notice that type of stuff, because it's not super strict. But yeah, training montage for no actual benefit. Check. Next time, we're back in Sky Islands. I'll see you then.